Thank you for coming back to our channel, Legends Leaving. We made a list of the famous actors who died today and put it in this memorial video. Those famous people who will be missed, but who made important contributions to their works, have sadly died today. I'm sorry for the family and all the fans lost. Take a break. Thank you for watching our movie. If you want to show your love, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. The birth of Virginia Cathryn Gena Rowlands took place in Madison, Wisconsin on June 19, 1930. Edwin Myrwyn Rowlands was a state lawmaker and Mary Allen Neal was a housewife. She grew up in a family with strong ties to politics and the arts. It was Welsh that her father was born and English that her mother was born. Gena's early introduction to the performing arts sparked her love of acting, which she worked hard to achieve. She moved to New York City to study at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts after going to the University of Wisconsin. There, she improved her skills and got ready for a job as an actress. In the 1950s, Rowlands started her career on stage, where she won praise for her work in several Broadway shows. Hollywood quickly noticed her ability and unique look, which led to her first movie role in The High Cost of Loving in 1958. But the things that really made her work stand out were the things she did with her husband, the director John Cassavetes. Some of the most important movies of the 1960s and 1970s were made by them together, such as A Woman Under the Influence, 1974, and Gloria, 1980. Rowlands' performances in these movies were praised for how raw and complicated they were emotionally. They earned her praise from critics in several important awards, including 2 Golden Globes and 3 Primetime Emmys. Rowlands had a great career in both movies and TV shows. She was in a lot of TV movies and shows. She got good reviews for her parts in plays like The Betty Ford Story, 1987, and Hysterical Blindness, 2002, which showed how versatile and deep she was as an actress in later years. She played leading parts in mainstream movies like The Notebook, 2004, which was directed by her son, Nick Cassavetes. This added to her reputation as one of the best actresses of her time. She was 94 years old when she died on August 14, 2024. It was said that the person died of natural causes after a long fight with illnesses that come with getting older. Her death ended an era in American movies. She was a trailblazer for women in movies and was known for her fearless acts and unwavering dedication to her craft. Rowlands had a huge impact on many actors and directors who came after her, and her legacy continues to inspire people who want to push the limits of what movies can do with stories. 4. Sir Donald Henry Trescothick, AC, KBE, was born in Ballarat, Australia on December 4th, 1930. He was born and raised during the Great Depression, which made him strong and driven as an adult. Growing up in a simple home, Trescothick learned early on how important it is to work hard, which led him to want to work in business. After finishing school at Scotch College in Melbourne, he went to work for his family's clothing business, Henry Buck Co., right away showing how smart he was at business and being a leader. After World War II, Trescothick grew the family business into a large retail company. He was very important in growing the business from a small one to a big player in the Australian retail market. His vision and ability to think strategically were key in broadening the company's interests, which helped it grow into new areas like banking and real estate. He became chairman of the very successful McQuan's hardware chain in 1970, which added to his image as one of Australia's most successful businessmen. Trescothick had an impact on areas other than business. But he gave a lot of money to good causes, especially those that help people learn, get better health care, or enjoy the arts. The highest levels of government noticed his work in 1979. He was made a Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire KBE for his community service. In 1990, he was given the Companion of the Order of Australia AC, which is one of Australia's greatest honors, for his outstanding service to business and the community. Even though Trescothick was successful in business, he stayed very close to his family and his background. He was known for being humble and working hard to make other people's lives better, especially by giving money to medical study and education. His contributions have had a long effect on places like the Royal Children's Hospital and the University of Melbourne, where he left behind large gifts. The late Sir Donald Henry Trescothick died on August 13, 2024. He was 93 years old. His death was said to have been caused by natural causes because he was very old. His death marked the end of an age for a man who not only changed the way business was done in Australia, but also left an indelible mark on the community through his charitable work and public service. People remember Sir Donald as a leader with a clear vision, a kind person, and an important figure in the Australian business world. 3. Wallace Amos Jr., who was born on July 1st, 1936 in Tallahassee, Florida, is better known as Wally Amos. As a child, he lived in a simple home and was mostly raised by his Aunt Della. Her delicious homemade cookies made him love baking. Amos moved to New York City to live with his dad when he was 12 years old. He later went to the Food Trades Vocational High School there. Amos worked as a star agent at the William Morris Agency after leaving the U.S. Air Force to work in the entertainment business. He hired and worked with well-known groups like Simon Garfunkel and the Supremes while he was there. Around the middle of the 1970s, Amos turned his lifelong love of baking into a business. For his own brand, Famous Amos, he used his Aunt Della's cookie recipe. He opened the first Famous Amos cookie shop in Los Angeles, California in 1975. His delicious chocolate chip cookies quickly became famous and praised by many. The brand went viral across the country, and Wally Amos became a familiar name thanks to his famous straw hat, charming personality, and contagious smile. Even though Amos was successful, he had money problems, and in the late 1980s, he lost control of the Famous Amos name. Despite this setback, he kept going as a business and started other cookie brands such as Aunt Della's Cookies and the Cookie Kahuna. Both of these brands paid tribute to his roots and love of baking. In addition to running his own businesses, Wally Amos was a strong supporter of reading and writing. He was the host of the TV show Learn to Read, which was for adults, and tried to fight illiteracy in the U.S. Amos cared a lot about education and used his fame to stress how important it is to read and keep learning throughout your life. He also wrote a number of books over the years, including his autobiography, Man with No Name Turned Lemons into Lemonade in 1994, in which he talked about his life and how to deal with problems. He was 88 years old when he died on August 13, 2024. The person died because of problems after having a stroke. The man's death marked the end of an age. He had made an indelible mark on American society through his drive to succeed, his dedication to literacy, and his unwavering optimism. Future businesses and teachers are still inspired by Wally Amos's work. He taught them the value of hard work, creativity, and the simple joy of sharing a cookie with everyone. 2. Lou Mike was an American rapper and well-known figure in the hip-hop world. He was born Michael Lamar Crockett on April 4, 1995 in Cleveland, Ohio. Mike grew up in an area that was known for having problems. He had to deal with a lot of problems as a child, such as violence and poverty. Even with all of these problems, he found comfort in music, which became both a hobby and a way to escape. Mike began writing lyrics and developing his style at a young age, inspired by the rise of hip-hop culture and by local artists. Mike got more active in the music scene as he got older. Eventually, he joined the hip-hop group Every Dollar Tree Tainted, which was started by Machine Gun Kelly MGK, another artist from Cleveland. Mike was able to show off his skills thanks to the S Crew, and he quickly became known for his honest songs, powerful delivery, and true stories. He started performing as Lou Mike and became known for how he could show how hard life is on the streets while still keeping a sense of hope and strength in his songs. When Mike put out a bunch of songs and mixtapes that fans all over the country and the world liked, his career really took off. A lot of people really liked his music because it was honest and had a lot of emotional depth. Working with other artists in and outside of the Yes Group helped Mike solidify his place in the rap scene. His work was often praised for being honest and relatable. Lou Mike's death was very sad. He was shot and killed in the city of Cleveland on August 12, 2024. People in the community were shocked by how he died because they saw him as a rising star with a bright future. Not only did his fans and the music business lose a big star, but so did people who saw him as a voice for the silent and a light of hope in a community that had been through a lot. Eslu Mike's death was a sobering reminder of how dangerous many places in the city are still. His music continues to inspire and connect with people who are going through similar problems, even though he died too soon. His life shows how powerful music can be as a way to express yourself and stay alive. His friends in the Cleveland hip-hop community will always remember him. Expert in casting Winsome Sinclair was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1965, making him 59 years old. Sinclair became interested in the arts at a young age because he grew up in a home that valued learning and being creative. Howard University was where she got her schooling, and there she got a degree in theater arts. She went back to New York City after graduation, eager to make a name for herself in the entertainment business. Sinclair got her start in casting in the late 1980s as a helper and worked her way up to become one of the most sought-after casting directors in the business. During her long and successful career, Sinclair was known for having a great sense of talent and being able to find actors who could bring complicated roles to life. Some of the most important directors of her time, like Steven Spielberg, Spike Lee, and Malcolm D. Lee worked with her. Her work on famous movies like Amistad 1997, The Best Man 1999, and the Gabrielle Union-led show Being Mary Jane showed how good she was at putting together diverse, interesting groups that people could relate to. Spike Lee's movies benefited a lot from Sinclair's work. She was very important in hiring actors for a dozen of his movies, such as Malcolm X 1992 and He Got Game 1998. Her work with Lee changed the way African-American movies were made, which earned her a lot of respect in the business. Sinclair worked in movies and TV shows, but she was also very dedicated to helping young actors and fighting for more diversity in Hollywood. She helped start Winsome Sinclair Associates WSA, a casting and consulting business where she helped aspiring actors and casting workers get started in the business. Her hard work at her job and her efforts to make media more open to everyone made her a leader and an inspiration to many. On August 12, 2024, Winsome Sinclair died on Long Island. She would have been 64 years old when she died. Colon cancer was her enemy, but she fought it with the same strength and drive that made her famous. Her death was a huge loss for the entertainment business because she did so much groundbreaking work that it changed the lives of many actors and filmmakers. People remember Winsome Sinclair not only for her great work in casting, but also for always working to give different views and stories a chance to be heard in Hollywood. She had an impact that will last for many years to come. Goldie Hawn, the famous and loved actress known for her lively personality and memorable parts in movies like Private Benjamin and Overboard, has had some tough times in her life and career. Even though she seems happy on screen, Hawn has been through tough times in her personal and work life. Her production business, Hawn Silbert, was in a big legal battle over the movie The Duchess and the Dirtwater Fox in the late 1970s, which was a big setback for her. She lost money and had trouble getting along with people in her field because of the argument. In Hawn's personal life, things were also hard. In the early 1980s, she went through sadness when her marriage to musician Bill Hudson ended in a nasty divorce. She had to raise her kids by herself while still working. Also, even though her relationship with actor Kurt Russell has been successful, the couple has been the subject of many rumors and public scrutiny because they decided not to get married even though they had been together for decades. Hawn has also had health problems in the past few years, including worries about her mental health. Since her early days in Hollywood, she has been open about how hard it is for her to deal with anxiety and sadness. Even with these problems, Hawn is still a strong person who inspires people with her optimism and determination.